Hello and welcome everybody. In this video, we are going to talk about Monica Rambeau, who makes her MCU debut in Wandavision and is all set to appear again in Captain Marvel 2. So we are going to discuss how powerful is she and what should we expect from her in the MCU going forward. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will never miss an upcoming update. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. Monica is fairly a new character in the comics too. She made her comic book debut in 1982 in the Amazing Spider-Man series. Over the years, the character has been known by several different names, including Photon, Pulsar, and Spectrum. So don't get confused thinking that all these are different. They are not. All three names refer to Monica Rambeau. In her 30 years in comics, she has appeared numerous times in supporting roles, helping Avengers from time to time. Her story starts with her mother, Maria Rambeau, who was an Air Force pilot and a great friend of Carol Danvers. We see that play out in the first Captain Marvel movie, during which Monica was still a kid but had a great rapport with Carol Danvers. Before we get to her MCU version, I should point out here that in the comics, she has a little different backstory. As in the comics, Monica Rambeau worked as a lieutenant in the New Orleans Harbor Patrol and operated as a cargo ship captain. One day, while trying to prevent the creation of a dangerous weapon, Rambeau was exposed to extra-dimensional energy, and as a result, she gained the powers that allowed her to convert her body into energy. After this event, she was being referred to as Captain Marvel. So I guess you can say we had two Captain Marvels at this point. But these powers of her made her dangerous to others, and thus her excess energy powers were drained off by Iron Man and Spider-Man. After which, she decides to live a life of a superhero going by the name of Captain Marvel. She was told by the Thing, a member of the Fantastic Four, that she should use another name as there was already another Captain Marvel. Now moving on to the MCU, we have a different backstory as she first appeared in 2017's Captain Marvel as the daughter of Maria Rambeau, and then we see her again in the Disney Plus series Wandavision, where Monica first appears as Westview resident who is under Wanda's mind control. When Wanda first runs into her, she spots her necklace which had the sword logo. And later we find out that Monica worked for SWORD along with her mother Maria Rambeau, who actually was the founder of the SWORD. For those unfamiliar with Marvel Comics, SWORD is an anti-terrorist organization that fights supernatural forces. But talking about Monica, after the decimation, which is what Thanos' snap event is known as in the MCU, Monica was one of the many people who turned to dust. And when that happens, she was waiting by her mother's bedside in a hospital. She returns back 5 years later after the events of Avengers Endgame and finds out that she can no longer work on high-risk missions for the SWORD and is sent by the acting director of the organization to investigate the missing persons case under FBI lead Zimi Wu, whom we last saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now let's discuss her powers. How powerful is Monica Rambeau? Her powers come from an energy disruptor weapon, but in Disney's WandaVision, it seems Monica gains her superpowers as a result of traveling in and out of Wanda's Westview and its energy boundaries, which ended up rewriting her on the molecular level and thus bestows upon her some unworldly powers. In the comics, due to bombardment of extra-dimensional energies, Rambeau can transform herself into any form of energy within the electromagnetic spectrum. Among the many energy forms that she can turn into and control include cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet radiation, visible light, electricity, infrared radiation, microwaves, radio waves, and neutrinos. Although neutrinos are not exactly a part of electromagnetic spectrum. So basically she can convert into all radiation that there is. In her energy form, Monica gains all of the properties that the energy has. So she can turn invisible and intangible in many of her energy forms. That is, she can move through walls and objects just like Vision. She is also capable of flight in all her energy forms. She also has the ability to project these energies, usually in the form of energy blasts from her hands, something like Captain Marvel. She has mental control over both the type and quantity of energy she wishes to blast. Monica can also divert small amounts of energy to create force beams, which have the force equivalent to 300 tons of TNT explosion, so enough to shatter mountains. Her powers also allow her to create holographic illusion of herself, and not only that, she can also split her energy form into several miniature ones that are under her mental command. Each miniature Monica Rambeau is able to react and fly at light speeds. So to give you a mental picture, think about this Doctor Strange scene from Avengers Infinity War. Monica Rambeau is immortal and does not age beyond her prime, just like Captain Marvel. We will see how much of her powers we get to see in the MCU. Monica Rambeau is very powerful, no doubt, but she also has some limitations. For example, she can only transform herself into one wavelength of energy at a time. But that said, she can switch between one energy state and the other in a fraction of a second. She can stay in her energy form for several hours, but extensive energy transformation and manipulation take their toll, and she has to turn back into her human form. And with that, we will bring this video to an end. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.